a leader in pharmaceutical and chemical cosmetic industry. I will give floor now to the Minister of Foreign Affairs, His Excellency Mr. Nikola Popovski.
Good morning, distinguished representatives of the diplomatic corps. It is an honor to have you at this breakfast session, actually, in order to present one of the elements that are quite important of our diplomatic service, and this is the economic diplomacy. You're quite familiar, as we have already discussed in many of our occasions, the fact that we try to promote Macedonia as a very interesting destination for foreign direct investments. This is part of our economic policy in order to increase economic growth, to provide better jobs, more opportunities to our citizens. But we would also like to cover another dimension of it, and this is the capacities of Macedonian enterprises to export and to be competitive on the international side. We are also proud to say that we do have Macedonian companies that have the capacity to invest abroad, which is quite important in the world that we are living in today. Macedonia is a rather small economy, but a very open economy. An economy in which exports plus imports are higher practically than the GDP and corresponds to the level of economic openness of some of the most open European economies. We do have a series of meetings that are organized quite often with four of our economic chambers at the occasions of political meetings. We do also emphasize this aspect during the roadshows that government is organizing, and in which we do present that abroad. But this opportunity is the one that focuses on our own domestic capacities. As you are quite familiar, and as we try to emphasize on each one of the occasions, we invest a lot of energy in making the environment in which companies are operating in Macedonia as business friendly as possible. It is something that has been recognized in the World Bank reports. Macedonia has been ranked as one of the top 3 performers in the Doing Business report for 2012. And I believe that we are constantly working, and we are successful on the road of making our overall business climate even more friendly to operations and companies. I would like to emphasize at this occasion the fact that we do have roughly 60% of our exports for last year that are focused on the EU member states. Another 27–30% which are going to the rest of Western Balkan countries, and the remaining 10–13% to the rest of the world. What we would like to see is that our companies are successful in competing in all markets. This is why I'm honored and have the pleasure to have the director of Alkalоид, one of the most successful pharmaceutical companies, which covers a wide range of area, which has capacity in high-tech industry, and which obviously is competing with competitive products in a very wide range of markets for quite a long time. We would like to use these opportunities in a series of meetings that we will have in the future with a number of Macedonian companies that have a similar kind of profile. And we hope that this will be also an opportunity for you to establish links, to see the potentials, to explore the possibilities to link or to attract some of the companies from your countries to get to Macedonia, get more interested in the model, and eventually decide to invest or decide to make business with some of our companies. I think that this is the right way that we as a government have a responsibility to improve this environment and to make sure that all practically business operators on our market are happy with that. Our policy is quite clear. We want to be part of a global world which offers more opportunities. And in the words of a former British Prime Minister, Lady Margaret Thatcher, there can be no liberties unless there is an economic liberty. So that's the idea that we bear in mind when we try to favor this kind of activities and opportunities for the future. Then I will leave the floor to Mr. Mukaitov, the CEO of Alkaloid, and then I will be pleased to assist also at the session of the questions and answers, because I think that this is always the most interesting part of the session. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Minister. It's a really pleasure to be part of this event. Definitely, I would like to greet the fantastic idea of our Minister Popovski and please.
Thank you very much for the presentation. That really helped illuminate and educate me about Alkaloid and its range, which I'd never realised. So thank you, Minister, for hosting this event this morning. You said at the end of the presentation that the population of 2 million domestic market was not a handicap but a real advantage. Can you say how you see that as an advantage and how you build on that as a company?
I think that we, let's say, clear out the dilemma of being present only locally and domestically or opening the markets outside have been cleared out, as I said. And if you are putting in your mindset that you must focus not only domestically, because 2 million, as I said, if you are going to, let's say, first you will say 2 million people, it's a market which can't be interesting in any situation. But because of that, we decided that, let's say, of course, we want to be #1 here, but we definitely want to focus many of our resources outside to see how competitive we are. And in many of these talkings in the chambers of commerce and the other organizations which are related to the business, we are saying that it's better to make the decision as fast as you can, that as a company you shouldn't be present only here, but you should focus outside. Also on the other side, we have this free trade agreement between Macedonia and many of the neighboring countries. So